For as long as I can remember, I found social media a little bit frustrating. I think the constant back and forth of posting things that I like and then people not responding really to it, or vice versa, posting something that I actually don't really care about or think is very good, and then weirdly that's the thing that captures people's attention, it doesn't really work for me. Last year, I decided to completely change how I use Instagram and other forms of social media, and it's made me a much happier person, and it's given me something now that I can look back on, whereas before I didn't. So today, I'm going to talk a little bit about what that is and why maybe you should think about doing it too. If this is your first time stopping by, hello, I'm Will. I'm a filmmaker from the UK and I make videos here about photography, filmmaking, and what it's like to run a small production company in 2025. A lot of people I know have done this kind of 1 photo a day challenge on Instagram. If you don't know what that is, it's where you take a photo and you post a photo every day on Instagram. And it's a form of challenge, pretty self-explanatory. And I tried that back in 2022 and it was an absolute disaster. I felt so much pressure to take photos and I was posting things that I didn't like. And I was a real mess and I gave up about halfway through the year because I just thought, actually, I'm doing this because I said I would rather than because it's something that's bringing me any kind of joy. But what I was finding is that I spent a long period of time where I didn't have any kind of digital record of my life and the things that I'd been doing, the people I'd spent time with, and the places that I'd been. And actually, that stuff's all really, really important to me. I think for a lot of reasons, documenting my life is something that I actually really want to take an active role in, and I don't want to just hit my dotage and realize I don't have a record of what life was like in my 20s. I mean, I have better records of my granddad's time when he was my age than I do of my parents' time, because he was a photographer and they weren't. And I think that's a huge thing for me, is making sure that I have this record so that my grandkids one day can look back on these things. So last year I decided to try something again. I started treating Instagram more like a scrapbook than like a place where I share work or share photos that I like. It became a place where I would just every week post a few photos of things that I'd done, seen, people I'd been with, what life was like during that week. And that was it. I made sure I hid the likes so I don't know the kind of response these photos got. I made sure that I would just post it for me, so I didn't care necessarily about the artistic integrity of the photographs versus the story that they were telling. And I didn't care if I posted something that I thought, oh, someone's not going to like that photo of a field because it's not going to suit their style. Because actually, it's a photo that I can look at and go, oh, I like that. I remember that moment. And that's the crucial thing. Posting these photos every week is about remembering the moments that they were taken in. And that, for me, jogs my memory and brings me back to that time and that place. And that has been really, really special. I did a whole year of it, week 1 through week 52, doing it once a week-ish, and making sure that I just captured a little bit from the week. For the first 6 months of the year, it was all just done on my phone. And I really enjoyed that. And I frequently will go back and revisit my photos and see what I was doing, this time last year, because I've got that record now. And I think that's fantastic. I was able to switch the way that social media worked for me from being about posting photos that I thought people would like or posting only my work to being, again, something that is for me, that is a curated feed of my memories. It changed a bit about halfway through the year when I got my Leica, because then I was taking photos with that instead, because I had it on me all the time. And it was an extra reason, an extra impetus to carry the camera with me, because I knew every photo I took within the week, I would then curate and make a little digital scrapbook out of, so that I've got that record to look back on. In 2025, I'm going to lay it out a little bit differently. So I'm going to lay it out more like a photo book. So I've got like one main slide which doesn't have borders on, but then as you swipe, there's going to be borders on some pictures. There's going to be some photos side by side. I don't know how long that will last, but it's fun to play with the form of this, because again, because I'm doing it for myself and as a record only for me, it doesn't really matter if it doesn't land well with other people. And that, I think, is what the crucial difference is with this kind of documentation of my life, is that I want it online. I want to share my photos with my friends, and this is a great way of doing that. But capturing it like this, iterating upon the way it's made like this, makes it about a project that I'm invested in and that I care about, and it doesn't matter what anyone else does. The salient thing, though, is that there is a record of who I am, who I was in 2024, who I will be in 2025. So that's it for today, really. I just wanted a very quick chat about what I did last year and what I'm going to be doing going forwards, and to ask the question, what are you going to do to document your life? It's the second week of the year while I'm recording this, but maybe a bit later when I post it. But that doesn't mean it's too late to start this. You could do a series of photos monthly. I mean, I know a lot of people do photo dumps already on Instagram. You could do something weekly, like I've been doing, or you could do a completely different type of thing. But I'd love to hear how you're planning to document your life in 2025. So if you made it to the end of the video, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you very, very soon. Sleeves are up. Did they stay up through the video, or did I unconsciously take them down? You tell me.